Welcome to Pet's Joy Moments. Today, we're diving into the magical world of heartwarming animal fairy tales. It's 10 heartwarming animal fairy tales with valuable lessons, where clever foxes, brave turtles, and many other lovable characters are waiting just for you. Get ready to discover valuable lessons about kindness, patience, and friendship through colorful and emotional stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a magical moment with Pet's Joy Moments. Story: The Butterfly and the Cocoon. Once upon a time, in a vibrant meadow filled with blooming flowers and tall green grass, a little caterpillar found itself trapped inside a cocoon. The cocoon was tight and dark, and the caterpillar felt helpless, unsure of what was happening. "Why is it so tight and dark? I can't move, I feel trapped." Inner voice: gentle. Do not fear. This struggle is your journey to becoming something greater. You must find the strength within. The caterpillar began to push and twist, desperately trying to break free. It felt weak and exhausted, but something inside urged it to keep going. Caterpillar: it's too hard. I can't do this, but I can't give up. Inner voice, firm yet gentle. Each struggle makes you stronger. Push harder. Believe in your strength. After hours of struggle, the cocoon finally gave way. The caterpillar pushed through, gasping as it emerged, exhausted but free. But it wasn't a caterpillar anymore. It was a butterfly. Butterfly. Breathless May. I did it. I'm different. I'm beautiful. Inner voice: yes, you've transformed. Your struggle was the key to your strength and beauty. The butterfly stood for a moment, feeling the gentle breeze. It flapped its wings, hesitantly at first, then stronger, lifting off the leaf. It soared above the meadow, free and beautiful, embracing its new life. Butterfly: I'm flying. I'm truly free. This is magical. Inner voice, soft, fading away. Your strength brought you here. Fly high, little butterfly. The butterfly looked down at the cocoon, realizing that without the struggle, it wouldn't have gained the strength to fly. It understood that sometimes the hardest battles lead to the most beautiful transformations. Butterfly, softly, gratefully: thank you for the struggle. It made me strong. Inner voice: remember, strength is born from challenges. Never fear the struggle, for it shapes you into who you are meant to be. And so, the butterfly flew into the sky, embracing its new life with strength and beauty. From a struggling caterpillar to a magnificent butterfly, it learned the value of perseverance and the power of inner strength. Story: The Peacock and the Crow. Once upon a time, in a lush, vibrant forest, there lived a crow who was envious of the beautiful peacock. The crow often gazed at its plain black feathers and sighed, wishing for colorful plumage like the peacock's. Looking at its reflection in the water, voice full of longing: why was I born so plain? If only I had feathers like the peacock, maybe then I'd be admired. Peacock, gracefully walking by, unaware of the crow's feelings, silently sways its majestic tail, radiating confidence. Determined to be admired, the crow gathered fallen peacock feathers and stuck them to its own wings, hoping to look just as beautiful. Now, I am just as splendid as the peacock. Surely everyone will notice me now. Peacock, passing by, noticing the crow's awkward appearance, tilts head curiously but remains silent, continuing its graceful walk. The other birds noticed the crow's attempt to mimic the peacock and began to whisper and laugh. Birds, chattering among themselves: look at that crow. Who is it trying to fool? It doesn't matter how many feathers it wears, it'll always be a crow. Crow, feeling humiliated, feathers falling off one by one. They're right. No matter what I do, I can't change who I am. Feeling ashamed, the crow began to leave, but the peacock approached, its voice gentle and understanding. Why do you wish to be like me? You are unique as you are. Because I thought beauty was everything. I wanted to be admired, like you. true beauty is in being yourself. I may have colorful feathers, but I cannot soar like you. Embrace who you are, and others will admire your confidence. The crow finally understood the peacock's words and realized the value of its own unique gifts. It spread its wings and soared into the sky, feeling truly free for the first time. Joyfully as it flies, I may not have colors, but I can fly high and free. I am proud to be me, peacock, and that is true beauty. And so the crow learned that true beauty lies in embracing who you are. It flew higher than ever before, feeling free and proud, knowing that self-respect is the most beautiful color of all. Story: The Deer and the Stream, a lesson on humility and growth. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a beautiful deer. With slender legs, graceful antlers, and sparkling eyes, the deer was proud of its appearance, especially its majestic horns. Deer, looking at its reflection in the stream proudly, "Look at my splendid antlers. No other creature is as magnificent as me. But my legs are so thin and weak, they ruin my beauty." While the deer admired itself, danger was approaching. A hunter silently aimed his arrow, ready to strike. The hunter released the arrow, narrowly missing the deer. Startled, the deer sprang into action, dashing through the forest with incredible speed. Deer panicked, running, "I must escape, I won't let him catch me." As the deer raced through the woods, its magnificent antlers became tangled in low-hanging branches. No matter how hard it struggled, the antlers held it back. Deer, panicking, struggling. "No, my beautiful antlers, they've trapped me. I can't break free." Just as the hunter approached, the deer gave one last powerful tug. Its slender legs pushed hard and finally, snap, the branches broke. The deer bolted away, its legs carrying it swiftly to safety. "Deer, my legs, they saved me. The very legs I thought were weak gave me freedom. How foolish I was to not value them." The deer finally understood. What it once saw as weakness was its greatest strength. It realized the value of its slender legs that carried it to safety, while its pride and beauty almost cost its life. And so the deer learned the importance of valuing its true strengths, not just its outward beauty. Remember, sometimes the things we overlook are the very ones that save us. Let us learn to appreciate our unique strengths and embrace who we truly are. Story: The Weasel and the Badger. In a lush green forest filled with the sounds of singing birds and rustling leaves, a cunning weasel meets a gentle badger. The weasel, with his sly smile and smooth words, wants to befriend the badger, but his intentions are far from genuine. Weasel: "Oh dear badger, it's so lonely to wander this vast forest alone. Why don't we become friends and explore together?" Badger: "That sounds wonderful. It's always nice to have a friend by your side." The weasel, seeing the badger's trusting nature, hatches a plan. He proposes they gather food together, but secretly plans to keep it all for himself. Weasel: "Let's collect food and store it together. That way, we'll never go hungry." Badger, naive, excited: "Great idea, we'll share everything equally, as good friends should." When night falls and the badger is fast asleep, the weasel sneaks in and takes all the food for himself. The next morning, the badger wakes up to find his trust betrayed. Badger: Where did all the food go?" Weasel: "Did you see what happened?" "Oh no, it must have been stolen. How terrible. What a shame, truly." The badger soon learns the truth from other animals who saw the weasel's deceit. Realizing his trust was misplaced, he confronts the weasel. "Badger, you betrayed my trust. You took everything for yourself." Weasel: I don't know what you're talking about." The badger learns a valuable lesson. Trust must be earned through actions, not words. The weasel is left alone, realizing that deceit leads to loneliness. Badger, reflective: "I trusted too easily. From now on, I'll judge others by their actions, not just their words." Weasel, regretful, I have no one left. My greed has cost me everything. And so the badger learned to trust wisely, and the weasel realized that dishonesty only leads to loneliness. Remember, actions speak louder than words. Story: The Cricket and the Ant, a lesson on hard work and preparation. Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow, there lived a cricket who loved to sing and dance all day long. Without a care in the world, he strummed his leaf guitar, filling the fields with cheerful melodies. Nearby, a hard-working ant toiled under the sun, gathering food for the winter. With each grain, the ant grew more prepared for the cold days ahead. The cricket laughed as he watched the ant's relentless work. "Why work so hard?" he sang. "There's plenty of food and sunshine today." But the ant did not stop, replying calmly, "Winter will come, and food will be scarce." When winter arrived, the meadow turned cold and empty. The cricket shivered, hungry and alone, regretting the carefree days spent singing instead of preparing. But the ant, safe and warm, had food and shelter, the rewards of hard work and foresight. The cricket realized his mistake and asked the ant for forgiveness. The wise ant shared its food, teaching the cricket the value of hard work and preparation. From that day on, the cricket sang only after his work was done. And so, the cricket learned the importance of working hard and preparing for the future. A lesson we all can remember. Enjoy the present, but don't forget to prepare for tomorrow. Story: The Cat and the Fish, a lesson on greed and resisting temptation. Once upon a time, in a cozy kitchen filled with golden sunlight, lived a curious cat. Her emerald eyes sparkled with curiosity as she watched a golden fish swim joyfully in its glass bowl. A tiny flame of hunger flickered in her gaze. The cat's hunger grew as she watched the fish twirl and dance, its golden scales sparkling in the sunlight. "Just one taste," she thought, her paws twitching with anticipation. With a swift motion, the cat reached out, her paws splashing into the water. But the fish was faster, darting away just in time. Annoyed, the cat glared at the rippling water, her hunger growing fiercer. The cat's greed grew, her eyes fixed on the golden prize. Carefully, she climbed onto the table, her body tense, ready to pounce. The fish swam joyfully, unaware of the lurking danger above. With a powerful leap, the cat pounced, but her greed had made her careless. The bowl tipped, water splashed everywhere, and the cat tumbled to the floor, drenched and humiliated. The cat realized her mistake. Her greed and impatience had left her cold and embarrassed. She learned that some desires are best left untouched. And so, the cat learned a valuable lesson about greed and resisting temptation. Sometimes the most satisfying victories are the ones where we walk away. Story: The Elephant and the Bridge. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there was a strong but lonely elephant. It was so big and powerful that everyone was afraid of it, and no one dared to come near. "Elephant," monologued sadly, "I am big and strong, but no one wants to be my friend. I feel so lonely." One day, while the elephant was strolling near a big river, it saw a little rabbit trying to cross an old wooden bridge. But the bridge was too weak, and the rabbit fell into the rushing water. "Help me, I can't swim." Elephant: "Oh no, don't worry, I'll save you." The elephant used its long, strong trunk to pull the rabbit to safety. The rabbit trembled but was safe. It looked at the elephant with grateful eyes. "Thank you so much. I wouldn't have survived without you." "It was nothing. I just did what was right." Looking at the broken bridge, the rabbit worried about how to cross it. The elephant offered to help. Together they gathered branches and repaired the bridge. "You're really gonna help me?" "Of course. Working together makes it easier." After the bridge was sturdily repaired, the rabbit joyfully hopped across the new bridge. They smiled at each other, realizing that solidarity helped them overcome the challenge. "The bridge is safe now." "Thank you so much." "No need to thank me. Without your persistence, I couldn't have done it either. Together, we are stronger. And so, thanks to helping each other and solidarity, the elephant and rabbit overcame their difficulties. This story reminds us that the power of unity can overcome any challenge. Story: The Fox and Its Shadow. Once upon a time, in a lush forest, there lived a clever fox. One day, the fox caught a glimpse of its own shadow on the ground and was struck with admiration. It thought to itself, "I am so powerful and beautiful. Even my shadow is majestic. Look at how mighty and grand I look. My shadow is just as amazing as I am." Feeling more confident than ever, the fox set out on a journey through the forest, believing that everyone would be just as impressed by its presence as it was by its shadow. Fox: "Everyone will see how magnificent I am. No one can ignore me or my greatness." However, as the fox continued its journey, it encountered a strong wind that blew fiercely, distorting its shadow. The fox began to realize that the shadow it admired so much was not as constant and reliable as it had thought. "Wait, where did my shadow go? Why is it flickering and changing? Was it never really as powerful as I thought?" Later, the fox met a wise owl perched on a branch. The fox, still troubled by the loss of its perfect shadow, approached the owl for advice. "Owl, my shadow is no longer as perfect as I thought. Why is it so changeable and unreliable?" "Dear fox, shadows are just illusions. They reflect only what's around you. True greatness doesn't come from what others see. It comes from what you truly are inside." Realizing the truth in the owl's words, the fox looked inward and understood that its true value came from its actions, not the illusion of its shadow. From that day on, the fox stopped chasing the false image of perfection and embraced its true self. "I understand now. My shadow was never truly me. True strength comes from within, not from how others perceive me." And so, the fox learned that true greatness is not about illusions or how others see you. It comes from accepting who you are and understanding your inner strength. Story: The Swan and the Sky. In a tranquil lake surrounded by tall reeds, a beautiful swan lived. Every day, the swan admired the sky above. Longing for the freedom to soar through the clouds, it dreamed of flying high but felt trapped by its world on the water. Swan: "Oh, how I wish I could soar through the sky, feel the wind beneath my wings and see the world from above." Although the swan loved the lake, it couldn't help but feel restless. The sky called to it, whispering of endless possibilities. One day, it gathered its courage and decided to share its dreams with a wise old owl perched on a nearby branch. "Wise owl, I have always longed to fly. I want to soar above the clouds and see the world from the sky, but I'm not sure if I can do it." Owl: "Your wings were made for the sky, young swan. Don't let fear keep you grounded. The only thing holding you back is yourself." With the owl's words in its heart, the swan took a deep breath and spread its wings. It ran across the water, trying to lift itself into the sky. But the wind was not yet strong enough, and the swan could not rise. It felt defeated, but the dream was still alive. Swan, out of breath but determined: "I will try again. I will not give up. The sky is waiting for me." The next morning, as the sun rose high and the wind grew stronger, the swan felt the change. With a deep breath, it spread its wings wide, and this time, the wind lifted it higher. The swan soared into the sky, feeling the rush of freedom, its heart filled with joy. "I'm flying. I'm finally flying. The sky is so beautiful." The swan flew higher and higher, feeling the wind beneath its wings. It realized that the sky had always been its true home. From that day on, the swan flew freely, living out its dream and embracing the endless possibilities that the world had to offer. "I was made for the sky. The world is vast, and my dreams are endless. I will always fly free." And so the swan learned that dreams are not just wishes, They are the wings that allow us to rise and be free. When we trust ourselves and take that first step, we can soar higher than we ever imagined. Story: The Snake and the Frog. In the heart of a dense, dark forest, a sly snake slithered through the grass, its eyes scanning the surroundings. It was a master of stealth, always hunting for its next meal. One day, as the snake slithered near a small pond, it spotted a frog sitting on a rock, enjoying the sun. Hissing softly, thinking to itself, "A frog, such a tender meal. How easy it would be to catch it." Frog, happily croaking, unaware of the danger. What a peaceful day. The sun is warm and the pond is so cool. The snake, patient and clever, silently moved closer to the frog. It knew that, if it was quick enough, it could strike. But just as the snake was about to lunge, the frog, sensing danger, heard a rustling sound and quickly hopped away to the other side of the rock. Snake, I must act quickly, but I cannot be hasty. The frog is clever, but I will outsmart it. What was that sound? I better move. The frog, quick on its feet, realized it needed to be more clever if it was to survive. It quickly hopped to the other side of the pond and hid in the thick reeds, waiting for the snake to pass. The snake, frustrated by the frog's escape, searched the area but could not find it. Snake, where did it go? It was right here. This frog is too smart. Frog, whispering to itself, it's not enough to be fast. I must be clever to survive. After searching for a while, the snake grew impatient and decided to leave the pond. It slithered away, thinking the frog was gone for good. However, as the snake turned, the frog made its move. Snake, I've wasted enough time here. It's gone. Frog, leaping out of hiding. It's not about strength. It's about outsmarting the danger. As the snake slithered away, the frog watched it disappear into the forest. The frog knew that survival wasn't just about speed or strength. It was about outsmarting the dangers that lurked in the world. The forest was a place full of threats, but with wit and cunning, it could be overcome. Frog, cleverness is key to survival. In this world, the wise always outlast the strong. And so the frog learned that in a world filled with dangers, it is not always strength that ensures survival, but wit and cunning. The forest may be full of predators, but with a clever mind, one can always find a way to escape. And that wraps up our journey through 10 heartwarming animal fairy tales with valuable lessons. We hope these stories filled your heart with joy and taught you valuable lessons to carry through life. Which tale was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the magic continues here on Pets Joy Moments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends so they can join the adventure too. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep learning, and stay magical. Bye-bye!